The story is of a town where 35 years ago, 3 girls were murdered, whose story is being told to everyone today on Halloween. The 3 girls who were murdered were 16 years old and were stabbed 16 times. The killer did all these murders wearing a mask, so he has not been caught yet. Because he killed a 16-year-old girl, his name became famous as Sweet 16 Killer. People started getting scared of him. People even got his get-up on Halloween. Anyway, the scene now shifts to a girl named Jimmy, who has a friend named Emile. Both of them want to go to the concert, but their parents are not allowing them. Although they also know that Jimmy knows self-defense, he is a karate champion. But the reason for his parents' fear is the old fear in their hearts. It is known that the girls' murder stories we have heard were the class fellows of Emile and Jimmy's parents. And at this time, Jimmy's dad decides to end this fight, that he will take Jimmy and Emile to the concert. Jimmy's mom was alone at home. Now, first some kids come to get a Halloween gift from her. And then, in the face of Sweet 16 Killer, a man he didn't want gifts or candy, but he wanted to kill Jimmy's mom. As time goes by, Jimmy's mom locks the door and quickly informs the police. And a new killer also opens the door and enters the house. Now Pam, that is Jimmy's mom, pulls out a gun from the drawer to kill the killer. But the killer grabs the gun here and starts attacking him. Where Pam was doing her good self-defense, because she was also a karate champion. Overwhelmed by herself, Pam quickly goes to the kitchen and takes out a knife, and tells the killer to go away from here, or the police will come. Listen, the killer is also a little scared that he turned back to join from here. Pam thought that the killer had left, but suddenly the killer attacks Pam from behind and stabs her several times. The killer runs away from here and the police come here. News reporter Chris tells everyone that Pam has also been stabbed 16 times and killed. That is, Sweet 16 Killer has come back. Jamie was also very sad about her mom's murder. The next day, the school officers call Jimmy to investigate the case, where he is told that Pam has been in contact with a news reporter named Chris for many days. That's why Jamie goes and meets Chris, and she asks him, "Why did you send so many messages to my mom?" Chris says that the killer had sent a note to your mom a few days ago in which it was written, "You are next up, we were working together to catch the serial killer." Having said this, she now discusses with her friend Amelia. Here Amelia had made a time machine using her mom's idea for her science fair. Jamie says that she has entered the same date in the time machine, when her mom's friends were murdered by Sweet 16 Killer 35 years ago, about which Amelia tells Jimmy that if we go to the past and stop the previous murders, then your mom will also be alive with you today. But the problem is that this time machine is not working. Now at night, both Amelia and Jamie were near this time machine. They were just talking to each other. Suddenly, Sweet 16 Killer also comes to attack Jamie. She hides in the time machine to save herself, where the killer was still trying to stab Jamie, and by mistake, her knife stabs into the time machine. As soon as she does this, the time machine starts. And as soon as she sees it, Jamie reaches the same date, when Sweet 16 Killer committed the first murder. Her time machine was also broken now. She hides this time machine first, and then she comes to her parents' college.in school. She also gets the same 3 letters that were murdered. And here a girl hits a lot of balls to Jamie. Jamie knows that this is his mom Pam, who was very bold in her school time. Also, her whole group was also very famous in school. After this, she comes to Amelia's mom and tells her that I have come from the future. With the help of your diary, your daughter Amelia has to make a time machine, using which I have reached here today. It was difficult for Amelia's mom to believe her words, because she was actually doing her research on the time machine, and until now, she had not told anyone about her research and diary. Jamie tells Amelia's mom, "Tonight, the murder of 3 girls in your group will take place, and after many years, the same killer will also kill my mom. I have come here to fix all these things." Jamie brings Amelia's mom to her time machine, and tells her that this time machine was not working before. And then when the killer tried to kill me by mistake, her knife was stabbed in this time machine. And then suddenly this machine started working. Amelia's mom says that there was only a lack of a conductor, which was completed by this knife, and so it went. And now Amelia's mom starts fixing her bad time machine, because this is how Jamie had to go back in time. In Jamie's time, that is, in the future, it is shown that many people are upset with her dad when she is missing. Police officers are trying to find her. Again, where Amelia tells the officers that Jamie has gone to the past through my time machine, except for news reporter Chris. Here it is shown in the past that Amelia's mom and Jamie have now come to the party, where the first murder will take place. She comes here and tells Pam to her mom's group "You guys be careful, you guys are in danger." But these people don't listen to her, and making fun of her, they throw her out of here. But still Jamie doesn't give up. And she was watching these four in the party. We see that Pam's friend was upstairs in her bedroom. Then suddenly she sees Sweet 16 Killer Mask, whom she thought was her friend. That killer now comes to her and mercilessly stabs her 16 times in the body, killing her. Hearing her voice, Jamie and Pam quickly come to her room, and seeing her dead, Pam's condition gets very bad. Jamie carefully brings her out of the party, and here Pam asks, "How did you know that one of us was in danger?" Then Jamie, not telling her the truth, says that "I only know the future VN, that's why I knew this." Here in the future we see that Chris has come to Amelia. Chris tells her that "I always knew that the first girl who was murdered was not in the bedroom but in the garage." But now if you look at the photos of the past, the murder is seen in the bedroom. On which Amelia explains to him that because Jamie has gone from the future to the past, maybe that's why the past has changed. In the same past photos, Amelia also sees Jamie. And after a while, she gets a message from Jamie. In which he wrote that there was a shortage of a conductor in your time machine. After which Amelia starts making the time machine again. In the first movie, we are shown that Jamie is with his mom's group. Everyone is sad because of their friend's murder. And here Jamie gives them the idea of having a party, going somewhere far from here. Now at this time their class starts. And Jamie sits here with a girl whose writing was exactly like her mom's killer's writing. Now the next day, the house where they came to party, Jamie sees that this is the same house where the second murder took place. Pam's group had also called their other friends here. Everyone was enjoying a lot in the swimming pool, while on the other hand, Jamie was very upset, because he had not found any clue about the killer yet. Today, the girl who was supposed to be murdered, Pam's other friend, was lying in her room, where the killer now comes to kill her. She runs away from there to escape, and everyone hears her scream. They all come there. But before they could do anything to save that girl, the killer had stabbed her 16 times and killed her. In the past, Jamie and Jamie's thugs try to catch this killer, but this killer easily kills both of them and runs away from here. And this murder is reported by Chris's dad in the past. This time, Amelia's mom comes and tells Jamie that "I won't be able to fix your time machine, because there are a lot of parts in it which are of the future. But don't worry. I have made a small and major part of the time machine that it needs a big powerhouse, after which it will start working." Now they were talking that Jamie sees the girl's truck here, whose writing was similar to that of the killer. She leaves everything and goes to check the girl's truck. But there was nothing here other than toys, and that boy was also very scared. When they were talking, a man named Dog comes here, who is now Pam's class fellow. He tells her, "If there is any problem, you tell me that I am a karate champion, and I solve everything very easily." After this, Jamie goes back to Amelia's mom, who was still looking for a big powerhouse for her time machine, when Jamie sees a swing there, which could work as a perfect powerhouse. These people now go to the swing and tell its controller that there is something wrong with your swing, and we want to fix it. If you allow us. This swing guy also agrees, and gets out of there. And Amelia's mom now starts connecting that time machine with this powerhouse. On the other hand, Jamie now meets Pam's group, and tells them that the girl who was murdered yesterday, according to the time, her murder was going to happen today, while the killer had to kill another girl yesterday. Now because he could not kill his right target, so today he will definitely come back to kill this girl. If we all work together, then we can save this girl's life, and can also catch the killer. Everyone agrees to help her. When it is shown in the future that Amelia has also made her time machine, she tells Chris that "We need a metal conductor to activate it. You go and get it." In the past, these people were planning to catch the killer. Now Jimmy sends that girl to the powerhouse, whom the killer had to kill. According to his expectations, the killer also reaches there. And before he kills that girl, he sees Jimmy first, who also tried to catch this killer in the last murder. He thinks that why not kill Jimmy first? When he comes to attack Jimmy, so Jimmy saves himself from this attack very easily because he had self-defense. Before the killer hits him hard, he sees the killer. And then he sees the killer before the killer hits him hard. Here in the past, Jimmy's dad and other people also come, with whom the killer was fighting alone. His fighting skills were very good because he had controlled everyone at the same time. The killer was focused on fighting all of them, and taking advantage of this. A girl stabs him in the back with a big stick and kills him. Finally, the killer was dead. These people take off the killer's mask. Then it is found that this is the same boy named Dog, who had talked to Jimmy before. and told him that he is a very good karate champion. But now the question was, why did his classmate kill him? These people see a pendant around the neck of the dog in which there was a girl's portrait. Pam, Jimmy's mom, says that this girl was a friend of the dog. She looked very fat and weird, that's why we all used to bully her. Then one day, Pam's 3 friends called her out at night, and she was so angry that she could not bear it in anger. She drank a lot, and then she drove away from there. And in all this, she had an accident, she died. The dog thought that these 3 girls were behind his friend's death, that's why he wanted to kill these 3 girls. Jimmy tells Pam that you people are very bad. You can do such a bad thing. That I did not believe it. Pam says, no, not me. I was not even at the party that day. But Jimmy goes out without listening to her. Pam's mom is a bad girl like her. Now these people are saying that in the guise of a sweet 16 killer, someone else comes and kills the 3rd girl from behind, whose life was just saved by Jimmy. Seeing this, everyone is scared. And Jimmy says that we have killed the real killer. I think this killer has come from the future, using Amelia's time machine. Here the scene is cut and shown that in the future Amelia's murder had taken place. Here in the past it is shown that this killer from the future had also killed the time reporter of the past. That is Chris's deed. In all this chaos, Amelia's mom activates the time machine and tells Jimmy at least you go back in time. If something happens to you here, then everything will be ruined. Jimmy comes inside the time machine, and the killer comes to kill him too. He would have killed Jimmy here. But in the meantime, Pam comes here, and she grabs the killer's throat from behind. The killer had saved his life from Pam. The killer was trying to escape, but the killer was more powerful than both of them. In this swing, they had installed a time machine. Due to the activation of the time machine, this swing started spinning very fast. And because of that, all these people were going back. They were not even able to move. But this killer somehow slowly, along with the surface, reaches Pam quickly before he stabs Pam. Here Jimmy opens the door of the swing, because of which Pam had fallen out of here. Due to the opening of the door, due to the pressure of the air, the killer's mask also comes off, because of which we can see the killer's face, which is none other than the news reporter Chris from the future of the world. He used Amelia's time machine in the future, and he came here. In the future, he also killed Jimmy's mom. PM. So that the story of Sweet 16 continues. People were slowly forgetting this story, but Chris, every time he broadcast this story, he used to earn money. Jimmy asks, why did you kill your dad? On which Chris says, he never took care of me, that's why I killed him. Before Jimmy was killed in this time machine, Jimmy uses a nail gun and kills Chris, and it is shown that finally, now Jimmy has reached his time, surprised that he sees that his parents were both safe. That is, he finally changed the past and saved his mother's life. Chris meets Amelia's mother, Jemmy, and takes her to a side and tells her that I was very nervous today, that I knew that today's time machine will bring you to this time. And I was nervous because what if a killer comes out of that time machine? That's why I hid a gun from myself. She now gives Jimmy a book in which all those things were written, which because of going into his past, changed in this time. Here in this time, Jimmy also has a brother, but actually Jimmy's name had changed. And telling all this, the story ends here.